Okay, to start with, we have a different tools needed. We have here the L square. It is used to construct a perpendicular line. Next is the hip, hip curve. It is used to shape the hip and other curved lines. I have here a long ruler. It is used to construct a long straight lines. Okay. Next is I have a triangle. It is used to construct short straight lines. And the other one is the tape measure. I have here the tape measure used to take the body measurements. Okay. I have a pencil, pilot pen, an eraser, uh, sharpener, and the scissor. And the last one is the Manila paper. So these are the materials needed in drafting the basic skirt. To draft the basic skirt, we have the following body measurements. First, we have the waist, the hip, the second one is the third is the apex distance, and the fourth is the skirt length. The waist measurement here is an example 30 inches, and the hip measurement is 38 inches. The apex distance is 8, and the skirt length is 20 inches. The waist here we are going to divide into 4 is equal 7.5 plus 1.5 for the dart allowance. So 7.5 plus 1.5 is equivalent of 9 inches. The hip measurement is 38 divided by 4 is equals 9.5 plus 0.5 for is movement. So the total of 10 inches. So the apex distance is 8 divided by 2 is equals to 4 inches. First is to draw a perpendicular line. So this is the perpendicular line composed of horizontal and a vertical line as this one as the starting point. Okay. To locate the hip uh, hip level, we are going to measure from the intersection point as A at 7 inches to locate letter B. So 7 inches as the standard hip depth measurement. So now this is now letter B. To locate the skirt length, we are going to measure since the skirt length here is 20 inches, we are going to measure from A going down of 20 inches as the skirt length. So this is now letter C. Next is we are going to extend that line horizontally. From letter B, extend line B horizontally to get the hip uh, dimension. Okay, and then next is this one. Okay, so that is how are you going to extend from line B going to the right side and line C going to the right side. Next, to get the hip dimension, we are going to divide the hip into 4, the hip measurement, which is 38. The given hip measurement is 38 divided by 4 is equals 9.5 plus zero point 0.5 is equals to 10 inches. So now let's measure from letter B to letter D. So this is now letter D. So once the letter D is already here, you are going to extend that line D going up. Okay? So now this is now letter F. So once the letter F is already in that point, we are going to extend that line going down from letter D to locate letter F. Okay, so this is now the letter F. So next is we are going to measure or to get the waist uh, dimension. So since the waist measurement here is 30 divided by 4 is equals to uh, 7.5 plus 1 and a half. 1.5 for the dart is equivalent of 9 inches. So let's measure 9 inches from A going to the right side. So this is now letter D. So this is now letter D. So from letter D, measure 5/8 of an inch from letter D going up. Okay. Then we are going to connect. This is now letter H. So from H, we are going to measure to connect from H to letter D with a diagonal line, as like this. Okay. Next is we are going to get the mid. Measure the distance H and D. So this is almost 8 inches. So we are going to divide that into 2. So to get letter I. So this is now letter I. Okay. So since our hip measurement is not straight, we are going to measure uh, from I outward uh, half of an inch. Okay. So this is now the point J. So now we are going to measure or connect the from D to letter J. We're going to connect with a curved line using hip curve. And then from H to letter J, we are going to connect that with a curved line using hip curve also. So now it's already finished with the uh, side. So this is now the hip line. Okay, next is we are going to uh, measure from A going to the right side using the apex distance measurement. The apex distance measurement here is 8 divided by 2 is equals to 4. So to measure from A 4 inches. So this is now letter K. Okay, this is now letter K. To get the dart length, we are going to extend this line going down at about 3.5 inches. So this is now 3.5 inches. So that is letter L. Okay, so measure from So this is now the uh, dart length from K to letter L, 3.5 of an inch. And then measure from K, 3/4 of an inch. And then from uh, K to the right side, 3/4 of an inch. That is now letter M. And then here to letter N. The same with the measurement K to M and K to N. So 3/4 of an inch. So this is now letter N. After that, you are going to connect a diagonal line from M to letter L with using a triangle, or you can use the ruler. Okay, this is now the dart for the front. So from A, measure 1/4 of an inch upward. Okay, so that is now number 1. Okay, so let's connect from H to letter K